highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the other great things about our coaching program is that we do live trades every day, where we have a trader come online like myself. They do their analysis, so it's a bit of a teaching moment, and then they recommend a trade. We do that twofold. One is to give you some additional training. Different traders have different use different signals and trade off of different time frames and have different idiosyncrasies that they use. So even though everybody's been kind of trained off the same base, people come up with their own stuff and kind of make it their own and have little quirks that they have when they trade. So you get that when you get to watch our traders trade. And the second thing is when we tell people how accurate the tools are, a lot of people sounds a little too good to be true. So by doing these live trades, you can evaluate it for yourself that, gee, this guy did this analysis, took this trade, and it closed. When you are a light, you get access to what we've got up here in the yellow. So we are doing this trade tonight. We will be back here again tomorrow morning at 6:30 to do another trade. The morning trades tend to give us a little more action than this evening trade, but some people are only available in the evening, so we want to try to accommodate everybody. And then once you become a regular member, you can see we've got a trade in the morning, we got a trade in the evening at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then we also have another paid trade at 8 p.m. So lots of opportunities to watch different successful currency traders trade. So with that, let us get into our session. And as many of you know, I trade off a routine. Before we came on, I made sure that Green Chart and MetaTrader 4 were working. Good practice is always to review yesterday's trade results. We didn't trade yesterday, so we're not going to do that. As we are technical traders, trading on price action, news also impacts currency. So we want to know what that news is so that we can make sure we trade around it. And we find that news at forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into three events: yellow, which is low impact, orange, which is medium impact, and red, which is high impact. We are right here. The next news item coming up is some stuff on the yen. And then at 7:30, we've got some news on the Australian dollar. And usually in this session, we're looking at trading the New Zealand dollar, the yen, and the Australian dollar, or any pairs involving those. So as that news item on the monetary policy minutes is coming up in under an hour, we will probably stay away from the Australian dollar tonight. So that limits our trading ability. Usually I like to stay out of it 2 hours beforehand because I don't want to get caught holding something when news happens, because I can't predict how the news is going to impact it. So with that, let us go and take a look at our charts. And normally I start with the light six majors. I am going to start tonight with the 6 major 2, which is a clone of the light 6 major chart. And I like to call it a composite chart. It has 6 different currency pairs on it. These are all primarily non-U.S. based. So as it's evening here in the U.S., trading volume is low. So I don't like to make trades using a 1 hour chart on anything US based. Now, I know I send out the trade every evening, which is on the Euro USD, but I am looking at the 1 hour chart when I'm deciding on that trade. So there's a little bit of a different analysis in it. So off the 1 hour chart, it is usually good for between 5 and 30 pips. So I start with this middle chart, the majors and minors, and I'm looking for a situation where the lines are either down below this red line, which is the oversold line. When the market's oversold, that's a good time to buy. Likewise, or when the lines are up above this blue line, which is the overbought line, and the lines are coming down. Euro, pound, we're in the middle of the channel more than halfway. Australian dollar, yen, we are approaching overbought, everybody going up. I want to catch situations where the lines are below or above. And then if they're above, I want them pointing down. So again, we're in the middle of the channel. Minors are going up. But majors are going sideways, so I'm not interested in that. I want everybody going up. Australian New Zealand dollar, we are just reaching overbought. Pound yen, just reaching overbought. Euro Australian dollar, coming down. Coming down, hasn't quite reached overbought yet. Minors, the black and gray lines, are kind of going sideways. Majors, the red and green lines, are going down. So nothing there. So basically, I've cloned this chart and just put different pairs on it so that I can look at more pairs and see if there's a setup on any specific pair. And again, my analysis just starts with the middle group here, the majors and minors. Majors are overbought going up, so nothing there. Euro, New Zealand dollar. Majors are still in the channel. Pound New Zealand dollar. Again, majors still in the channel. New Zealand dollar, yen still in the channel. What I want to try to do is if I can catch it above or below, I can then ride it as it goes all the way through the channel. Gold dollar. We are overbought. The majors are coming down. The minors are coming down. This is a little bit sideways. I'd like to see a little bit more of a slope here, but technically it's going down. And we have, I'm looking for three elements. The first is that we're overbought, which we are. Two, the lines are going down, which they are. Not, the slope isn't that great, but they are kind of going down. And three, that the red line is crossed over the top of the green and the black line is crossed over the top of the gray. So I've got all 3 points here. I have all 3 points here. I go up to the TNTs that are these here, and I count how many lines are consistent with the sell signal I'm seeing here. So the 2 orange lines are telling me sell because they're going down. The blue lines are inversely related. The blue is going, thick blue is going up. Thick blue going up means sell. So 3 of the 4s are telling me sell. Then I look to the pressure here. And I want the lines either going down, which are telling me sell, or the red line on top. So I've got the red line on top. So theoretically, I have got 7 points here. 1 point here, 3 points here, and 3 points here. So that's 7 points. I need a minimum of 7 points with points coming from all 3 sections. So I've got that. As I said, I'm not crazy about the slope of the major lines here, but let's do a little bit more analysis to see if I've got some support for this. Normally, I'm not going to trade the USD at this time, but gold trades all hours, so we'll consider it. So when I am considering this now, what I want to do is I am going to look at a chart that shows me multiple time periods of gold USD. So right now, this is a Euro USD. I am going to change it to a gold USD. XAU USD. All right, so interesting. This chart is a little bit different than what we saw over here. Wonder why that. Oh, you know why? This is on the secondary provider, and this is on I'm guessing this is on the primary provider. See, this is coming down pretty good. The slope here is much better than the slope here. We've got two different data feeds. So I'm going to just switch this over to the primary data feed. At one point during the day, I was having the feed wasn't quite working right, so I switched it over to the second. This is the feed that is tied to. We get this from Forex Turnkey. So when we're trading Forex Turnkey, these prices are going to be exactly the same. So this is a good signal. So I've got consistency here. So what I usually look for is I want to look at the 2-hour chart and the 4-hour chart and see if we are overbought on both. Because if we're overbought on both, they don't necessarily have to be going down like they are here. I'm more confident in taking this trade, because even if this slows up for whatever reason, I'm going to catch the trade. It'll just take a little bit longer for it to happen here. So I've got support on my 4-hour. I've got up pressure with red on top, up pressure with red on top. The lines are diverging. Here the red and green line are diverging, and here the red and green line are diverging. The slope of the green line is decreasing. So I like this trade. Well, I like this signal. I guess my only issue is we took a Euro USD and I saw that going up over the night. Here is my support and resistance. I want to see, I want a little bit more information on what the trend is. So I am going to go to XAU USD and see we've got these gaps here. And when I get those gaps, I need to refresh the cache in my browser, or I can just, Oh, I guess we'll go back to the primary. My browser needs to be refreshed, and I don't want to do it right now to get these gaps out of here. If I pull this up, Let's try to work around the gaps. I'm going to drop in some support and resistance. Support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. So I drop a horizontal line in, and then I am going to look and see where we see these spots. Right in here, right here, over here, here, right in here. Right in here, over here, over here, over here, and right here, right here. So, just trying to see if there's any additional spots here in the middle. Seems like it bounced a little bit right in here and in here, over here. Let's see if there's one in the middle here. Now, on a pair that I trade, I have these all built out. But here we're kind of giving it the quick and dirty. So let's just see. So I want to know, I would argue we are trading into an uptrend. Last few days, uptrend, uptrend. So you can argue that we've got kind of a big uptrend here. We are taking a sell into an uptrend. So when I'm taking a sell, when I'm taking a trade against the trend, I am going to take less pips than I might not normally take. So I want to know how much room do I have for up, and the way the pips are calculated on gold is different. And 2.3 down, so 4 up, 2.3 down, 2.2 down. I'm going to pass on this trade, gold USD. And that is because on the Euro USD, which I'm much more familiar with, I'm pretty confident it's going up tonight. And I don't want to trade against the trade. So since the USD is the second spot of the pair, as with the euro, when it's going up, the dollar is getting weaker. So, so even though we're overbought here and here, it looks like we could drag on a little bit because it's a little bit sideways. And on the day chart, it's entirely sideways. And this is pretty strong up pressure with green on top. So I don't like, so for two reasons. One, we're trading against the trend. That's okay. We could take a little bit of a down move. But since I'm seeing up on the USD, I'm not going to take it. So let's keep doing our analysis. Bitcoin, overbought, still going up. Miners have started to come down. Let's take a look here. Australian Canadian dollar going up. in the middle of the channel. Swiss franc yen, majors are still going up. So nothing there. Euro yen, everybody is overbought, still going up. Pound Australian dollar. Interesting. The majors and minors disagree. Minors are going up. Majors have turned and started to come down. I am guessing that this is related to the news that's coming out. It's starting to seep out already. So it caused this to turn. And this is consistent because we're seeing here Australian pair is the second pair. This is going down. Here Australian is the first pair. It's going up. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. Oversold. Everybody's going up. Majors and minors going up. Green line is on top. Gray line is on top. Just entering the channel. So I got 3 points here. 2 orange lines going up very steeply. 2 blue lines coming down. So I got all 4 telling me buy. I have got weak down pressure. The green hasn't crossed over yet, but the green line is going up. Slope of the green line here is going up. That's technically not a rule, but I always like it when the green line is moving in the same direction that I'm seeing here, and it is. Let us see if we so it's New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc. Let's take a look. ZD, CHF. On the 2 hour here, it didn't get to oversold, but it stopped through the channel and starting to go sideways. So that's okay. Pressure sideways with green on top. We don't have the green line sloping up yet, but it's sideways and the green's been on top. Oversold on the 4 hour. It is not going up. This is more of a sideways, but it's oversold. So what I don't want is this to be going up, be oversold here and overbought here. So here we're oversold. So I like that. Let's take a look at the candles. So we're going to go ahead and NZ. Oops. That's NZD CHF. What we got here? Can we get these gaps? All right, well, that's a little better. All right, so we're trading into a downtrend. And where is our support and resistance? So I'm going to just drop a couple lines to kind of get a better feel. It's a little bit of an art form. And I'm going a little fast here. On the euro dollar, these lines are about 30 to 40 pips apart. All right, so we got some stopping in here and here and here, over here, same here, over here, over here, over here, over here. So now that I've got these lines, I want to know how much room I have. So we're sitting right on a resistance line. And it just broke through, but the candle hasn't closed on that side. And we were looking at a buy. So we've got, I want to know how much room I have from one to the other. So I've got about 10 pips till we hit this. So we're trading against the trend. Or are we? Let's take a look. Yeah, the last few days. So we're taking a buy trade against the trend. So I'm going to take a buy trade against the trend. I'm going to take less pips. The thing I don't like is it hasn't closed on the other side of this line. Because it needs to break that line. I'm going to think about this for another minute. While I'm thinking about it, let's see if we've got, I'm going to do a 10-point trade. Oh, excuse me, not a 10-point trade, a thick orange line trade. So I'm looking for situations where I'm looking at what the thick orange line is doing. I want this at either 10 or 0. 10 is when it's at 10, this is a scaled number. What that means is that when this is at 10, it doesn't think there's any more up in the movement. If there's no more up in the movement, it's a good time to sell. Likewise, when it's 0, the line's down here, and it's telling us it doesn't think there's any more down in the movement. To confirm that, and this trade is good right at the top of the hour, and there's 40 seconds left. I want to see all 4 of these lines way up above here. So I don't have that. 10, I still don't have the lines high enough. 9, it can be within 1 point of 10. This is within 1 point of 10. These lines aren't high enough. 9, yes, but these lines aren't high enough. 0, these lines aren't low enough. I want it well below. Let's see here. No, 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 yes, but the lines aren't high enough. Nothing. Let's see on the 4 before it changes. 10. No. 10. Yes. CHFJPY. I like this one. Let's see where it's at right now. I'm going to just refresh. So it's at 10. Reload. Nine. It didn't go down. I want this to go down by a point. So it was at 10 and it came to 9.4. I want it to go to somewhere under 9. When this goes under 9, we get a little snap at the top of the hour. So we weren't able to get that. I usually just take it like had we not run out of time, I probably would have taken that trade. because I am fine when I see the two parts of the signal. When this is at 10 or within 1 point of 10, and this is way up here like it is. It's well above the blue line. Some traders will wait till this snaps, and they want this to be more than a point down. Oh, wait a second. So now now it is more than a point. Let's go ahead. Ooh. Oh, we would have got that. Let's go ahead and we'll take a 5 pip sell on the CHF JPY. So let's open up our, I like that. This is a safer trade. So I'm going to open up file, new chart. I want to open up, what was it? Swiss franc yen. So I'm going to look for Swiss franc yen, new chart, not in that first group, not in that second group. CHF yen right here. I'm going to open it up. I am going to go to the second row, new order. I've got 8,800 in this account, so I'm going to take a lot size of 0.88. I'm moving the decimal spot over 4 places. I'm going to take market execution, market sell. It records the sell, puts it in here. I am going to then go right click on the trade, go to modify. I am going to change this to 50 points equals 5 pips. Click the little blue button and it does the math for me. We're going to use a 4-to-1 stop loss. So I'm going for 5 pips. I'm going to put a 20 pip stop loss. 20 pips is equal to 200 points. Again, I click the right. I just add an extra 0 there. And I want to make sure I get the full 5 pips. So on the yen, we're at 0.95. So if I take 5 pips away from this, I'm going to go to 0.904. So 0.90, and I'm going to change that 8 to a 4 so I get the full 5 pips. And I will read that to you. This is, we took a sell using the thick orange line signal. Our take profit, a sell on the Swiss franc, yen, CHF, JPY. Our take profit is 124.904. 124.904. Our stop loss is 125.170. 125.970. And just for the fun of it, I want to see. So you see, it didn't, we're sitting right on that resistance line and it ended up pulling down. That's why when we're sitting right on one of these lines, if we're going to take a trade that's on the other side of the line, and especially when we're going against the trend, I don't like to take it. And that's just through experience. I want it to have closed on that other side before I consider to take a buy trade, even if it is against the trend. So it's good that we didn't take this trade. Let's see if we've got any questions. Let's see. Oh. So on tonight's trade, I mistyped it's a 4-to-1. So oh right, yeah, it should have been 2. You are right, John. So John noticed I made a typo, going too fast. So I was using a 4-to-1. I was going for 10 pips. So it should be 1.12636. So thank you for pointing that out, John. Let's see. Yes, Hank. You guys are great being able to catch my mistakes. Generally, on that trade, if it's the euro US dollar, which I don't know, 99% of the time it is. I don't remember when I took one that wasn't, but I'm trying to use like a 4-to-1 usually, unless there's some specific reason that I shouldn't. But it'll generally be a 4-to-1. So since I was only going for 10 pips from where I entered, it would be 40 pip stop loss. So right around there. Okay, gang. Thanks so much. We will be in here. I'm happy to have you. I'm happy to help you become good at this. I will see you again tomorrow morning, and we'll hopefully be able to find more pips than we were tonight. And I would expect that trade that we took to close close within the next hour. Okay, thanks so much. Bye-bye.